Lena, thank you
Yeah,
so much for joining me on the Rock Titan podcast. And you know what?
thank you.
I already
Mhm.
know we're going to have fun.
Yes.
Because I have checked out many of your videos, which there are no shortage of, and you like to talk, and you're very friendly. So I already know that we're going to have a good time.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. And Luna, I was going to ask about Luna, but now we already
Yeah.
have Luna joining us on the show, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Luna is always here. Even if she's not in the frame, she's somewhere close to me.
Right on.
All the time. She does not leave my side.
I can tell, yeah, you even got her on the tour bus. So, everybody,
Yes.
welcome back to Rock Titan. I am Scotty J, and we've got an absolutely incredible guest with us today. Someone I've been looking forward to talking with for a very long time. Lena Scissorhands, you know her from Infected Rain. And there's some really cool stuff coming down the pike. The Devil's Dozen, for everybody that has not had a chance to see it. The concert was a couple years back when they were promoting Ectasis. And there were a few days in there, like I guess 8 days in total, right, Lena? Where they could see the stream of The Devil's Dozen.
Yes.
But now, April 14th, it is coming out on Blu ray and DVD. It's pretty awesome. How you feel about that?
Oh, I feel very excited for that because um, the support and the love we got after that stream was incredible, and everyone kept asking, when will that come out on a physical copy? Which it was not something we planned from the start,
Right.
really, not something we planned to do. But why not, right? Like a lot of people like collecting favorite music, favorite movies, favorite, characters or whatever. Me myself, I collect some little small things. So I understand it. When you really like something, you want to have it forever. You want to have the opportunity to rewatch it. Let's say that. And because it was only available for 8 days to be streamed only, it is not available anywhere else to see the full length show. We will just release, I think, one more song from that show will be on Napalm Records, just like the previous two that we already released, just the live performance of the band from that show. But other than that, the only way you can see or rewatch this show is to have it on a physical you know copy.
Yeah, you got to buy The Devil's Dozen, everybody. April 14th, Napalm Records. And I've seen a couple of the videos that you're talking about. Um, and Lena, it's absolutely awesome. And yeah, it's funny. I meant to introduce you originally as the pride of Moldova and Armenia. And
Oh,
because no doubt you absolutely are. I'm curious, how many languages do you speak fluently?
I speak four languages all on the same level pretty much.
Okay.
But I do also regret to say that I slowly forget, but I did study and speak Armenian perfectly because I used to live there and go to school.
Right.
And I have studied languages in the university, so I do understand Spanish a lot,
Wow.
especially because some of the languages I speak are Latin based. And I also did an entire year of grammar of Spanish, and so it's more difficult for me to have an entire conversation, but I do understand a lot, and I can answer a couple of things here and there. If only there was 36 hours a day, I would definitely pick up on Spanish. That would be something I love languages very much, and I think that somehow I learn them pretty fast. Um, I'm just better with that. I'm very bad with like numbers or remembering like things like that. But languages and books, that was always my thing.
Yeah, and I want to talk about books here in a second, but that's awesome. We Americans are so pathetically ignorant. It's like ridiculous. I mean, I think if you took a survey, it would be over 90% easily of Native Americans
Well,
probably only speak English.
Yeah, I understand it though. It's not really necessarily the fault of Americans. And I am saying that not because, I live in America now and I'm trying to speak highly about this country, but think about it. No, seriously, think about it. Um, if the the reason I speak so many languages is because of my past and the
Sure,
society I grew in. It just so happens that English is an international language nowadays, and
sure.
and it's definitely not Americans' fault for them not knowing other languages, because literally, if you travel anywhere, you can at least get what you're going just by knowing English. It is true, you know what I mean? Like, you can't say the same about all the other languages that I speak. Every single country has their own, influences and similarities and stuff like that with the languages. But English is just everywhere, so it's. I mean, I would, if I was born here and I would be me, the same person that I am right now, I know for sure that I would at least try my best to know Spanish, because so
Right.
many people in America speak Espanol.
Sure.
So it is really awesome to understand people. It really opens so many opportunities and so many doors. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it's just part of the culture. It's part of the culture that everybody speaks your language here. You know,
Right.
so
You're
yeah,
being way too kind, Lena. You are being way too kind because I tell you what, I mean, I rip on people all the time. Every single time I'm talking to somebody like in my local town, because it's a very large Hispanic community, and I told my children, I'm like, yeah, I know they teach German, I know they teach French, I know they teach Spanish. Take Spanish.
yeah,
That is the language that is going to help you specifically in the United States, more so than
absolutely.
German or French. I mean, I
Yeah.
took French for 6 years back in the day, and
Do you remember anything?
I do. I do.
Okay.
But it
About
hasn't served me very well. I mean, I've
yeah.
I've been to Martinique, where they speak some French, and Saint Lucia,
Mhm.
where they speak some French. I've never been to France, you know.
Yeah,
But
understand.
all that being said, you are definitely a woman of the world, and I think that your
Mm.
native country should be very proud of you. Um,
Well, thank you so much.
oh, absolutely. One of the things you talk about reading, because I know you are a very avid reader, and not too long ago you were reading the Motivation Myth. Are you
Yeah,
still
I
reading The
did.
Motivation Myth, or are you done with that?
Yes, I didn't finish it yet. Actually, it's a book that I started recently. I think I started it last week. And yes, I did post about it because it is definitely a very pleasant surprise. I got inspired, believe it or not, by Natalie Portman, because it's a
Oh,
it's
really?
a it's a celebrity that I do follow online, and she often shares her favorite books. And I think she has um, some sort of her own like book club
Okay.
going on. And I remember making it a note to look into this book. And some time passed, and I'm like, I want to um, read a nonfiction book. And yeah, I ordered that book. I looked into it, and it looked great. And I'm still working on that. Nonfiction books for me are books that I actually try to study at least.
Okay.
So I don't go through them too fast. I do like to take a pause and digest the information, if that makes sense. Even sometimes read again the same page or entire chapter, just because I want to make sure I understand what we're talking about here.
Well, just the fact that I saw you reading The Motivation Myth, that immediately caught my attention, Lena, because you don't seem like someone to me that needs to learn anything about motivation with everything that you have going on and everything that you do. I mean, I'm just thinking, not too long ago, it was announced that you're also going to be the lead singer of Death Dealer Union. And I'm just
Yes.
thinking, my lord, as if she doesn't have enough going on already with Infected Rain. Why would you invite more on your plate? But I do know there's a lot of artists that, have multiple projects, or some people hate the word projects, but multiple bands that they work with. Um, Was it a thought in your mind when you were entertaining the idea, and ultimately you made your decision? But was there any apprehension at any point in time that making a commitment to Death Dealer Union might impact your work with Infected Rain?
Yes, but vice versa as well. So
Okay.
that's the beauty of it. I've been with Infected Rain for 15 years,
Yeah.
and last year I was invited to join Death Dealer Union, which is a band that I did work with for a couple of songs prior to
Right.
their proposal. And I feel very comfortable with the musicians in that band, and the musicians in that band are very open-minded and respectful towards my ideas and towards you know, how I compose and write, and they give me fully green light when it comes to that, and that is the a very comfortable position as a musician for anybody, really.
Right.
When I say that, I mean that you can be you, and that was always my fear throughout this career, that somebody will come and tell you that what you know, you have to change the way you look, the way you sound, the way you talk, just so you know your project does better or something, you know. And I've always tried my best to stay away from people that even remotely suggested that I have to be or sound or look like someone else that already exists in this industry. So that's why I felt very welcome
Awesome.
when I was invited to be part of this band. And even though in the beginning I had a lot of doubts, and I actually did say no a couple of times, but the guys were persistent. Specifically, the owner of the band, Cici, which is also the drummer, he really believes that I belong in that band, and you know, we try to think about different scenarios how this could or could not work, and we arrived to a really nice agreement and conclusion, and hopefully that will work out well. I obviously cannot know what the future holds, but for now I feel very comfortable. Yes, I am insanely busy all the time, but
Yeah.
I love it. I'm having so much fun while I'm busy. I love being busy with um things like this, you know, things that are so rewarding and so mm, in a way relieving, because music is like therapy for me. Is very it gives me the opportunity to be creative, but also while being creative, I'm actually open up my heart for the world, which is very challenging, but at the same time very rewarding. And honestly, I love it so far. Just like I mentioned already, hopefully this can work well, even when touring seasons are open for that dealer union as well. But
Right.
I can really tell you that so far, I just finished recording our very first album with that dealer union, and
Wow.
which will come out this year. This band is doing very big steps. We already filmed 4 music videos. We signed with the label Napalm Records. In fact, took the band right away because they really were very supportive and insanely helpful so far with every single featuring song or side project I've been doing as a musician. And yeah, they've told me we want to support everything you're part of. So that is very flattering and insanely humble from the behalf of the label, and I'm insanely grateful.
Yeah. Now, well, having that level of support is incredible, but you've earned it. I mean, you've earned every bit of it. I mean, 15 years
Thank
now
you.
with Infected Rain. And again,
Yes,
everybody, the Devil's Dozen, all right, April 14th. And,
thanks.
and I know we have very limited time here, but there's so much I want to talk to you about, Lena. Um,
No, absolutely. You have time. Have
yeah,
time.
I tell you what, one of the things I wasn't sure about is, if you were going to have the same hair color, coming on. So I'm happy to see, that you're rocking the orange, yellow, and the red,
Yeah,
everything, the
yeah.
rainbow of that particular color spectrum. Is there a particular thought process that you put into how long you're going to have a certain color of hair? Because obviously you've rocked other colors in the past, and
Yeah,
you're a very talented hairstylist and makeup
thank you.
artist. So have you thought about changing up colors at all?
Not yet. I'm really enjoying these colors of fire. Sometimes I make it more orangey, sometimes slightly more red, sometimes just pure, just yellow. I do like it a lot. I think it looks fantastic on stage, and
Yeah,
really speaks loud about my personality, if you want to
sure.
put it that way. I'm not planning to change it for now, but I mean, never say never, Of course, I'm going to change it eventually because after a while, you just want a new look. And why not? I think the only color that I haven't done yet that speaks to me is the green color, the color of grass, like not
Mm,
neon green, but
right.
not dark, dark green, something in between, like Slytherin green color.
Okay, right on. Right on.
I think that color could work really well with me as well. Um, and I don't know, maybe eventually that's going to be my next color. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. For now, I know for sure that I'm still enjoying the yellow and orange together, this like fire colors.
Yeah, right on. Well, I know a friend of yours, Heidi Shepard from Butcher Babies. I had checked out some of what she was doing on Twitch a while back, and she had
Yep.
like a competition where everybody was like, what's my next color hair going to be? She rocks the red so well,
Yeah.
like the different variations, but she ultimately had her fan base choose what the next color was going to be, so I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, just food for thought,
Yeah, it's very cool because all these colors that we are using for bright, bright colors, they are less invasive as colors, and it's slightly easier to change in comparison with like more natural colors, uh, from blonde to black. Any of those colors, really, to have it like nice and natural look, you have to use a permanent hair color. The colors that we use are not permanent, and that is the beauty of it. If you want to be colorful, it's actually even less damage for your hair than people think.
Well, you would know, right? I mean, that's
Correct.
something that you have a rich education in. It's something that you did before. And I'm
Yeah.
just curious, in all your tour travels and with all the different musicians that you've worked with, including Infected Rain, um, has anyone ever said, hey, Lena, I need a haircut, or I'm thinking of a new color. Have you ever done any work for anyone else, like with hair or with makeup
Well,
for that
yes, of
matter?
course. Of course I did. Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, I helped my musicians with Infected Rain,
right on.
get ready for music videos often. Um, Unfortunately, uh, because we don't live in the same place anymore, it's a little bit more difficult because when I do travel for work, I have such limitations in time. So my boys tend to be already ready for the photo shoots and
Sure.
videos. They have their own hairdressers, but often I do help with some special effects or some so-called makeup or face paint or whatever it is that we want to go for this specific look. Yeah, I mean, I've helped some of my friends in the music industry as well. Including Heidi, I was the one
Yeah.
making her hair look that neon green that time, and it was
That
so
was
much fun. We did
you.
it yeah, we did it live
Yeah.
on her Twitch. Also, I do sometimes the hair of Migs from Gemini Syndrome and Cold Chamber. He's a dear friend of mine. I do hair for my best friend Naira. She has dreadlocks, and
Very cool.
she rocks it so well. I don't do hair as much as I used to for many reasons. Main reason being I don't have time.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
second reason being, like you can help for only this much, eventually even your close family and friends will have to have their own hairdresser that they trust, and can go back, because I travel so much with music and I'm not there for people to do their hair. I'm just not. And you have to do a haircut and a hair color pretty often. I'm just not home at all.
Right. Yeah, I know. I know. I mean, and you're going to be going on another European tour in the not too distant future. Yeah,
Yep.
but with all the work that you've done, do you have like your own hair care product line, your own makeup line, or anything like that?
No,
Because I know you're on TikTok and you have Patreon, you have all these things where you could be marketing the heck out of yourself.
absolutely, absolutely. And I think that it's a great idea. I thought about having something, a brand in the future that does either, you know, clothing ideas, or hair, or body products. It is just more um, more things are involved that we think about. More
Sure.
people have to be involved when we're talking about something so serious. And I would absolutely love to collaborate with somebody talented like that. But again, we would need the days to be a little bit longer than 24 hours for me to succeed in all the um, aspects of this other career. You know what I mean? Because
Sure.
it's just the way I am. If I pick on something and I want to do something, I dedicate my entire, you know,
Your entire
everything. I give
being,
it all.
yes.
My entire being. Yeah, I
Yeah.
give it all. It's just how I started from my very first job when I was 16, and I just decided that life is too short to do things that you don't love. And even if temporarily I had to do some side jobs that were not necessarily my favorite, I would still give it all, just so I succeed and I don't have to do this for too long. It's just how I see results, and how I decided to run my um time, I guess.
Well, Lena, I think if the day was expanded to 36 hours, you would be a billionaire. Like, without question. I really do. I really, really think that. Seriously.
You're right.
Now, as far as tattoos go, you are inked up, and I love your tattoos. And I know you're a big Disney fan. And I love your dopey that you've got on you. And,
Thank you.
there are a number of others. But y- as theatrical as you are, as amazing as you are on camera, and I know you've done your share of modeling, I mean, the camera loves you. It just does. Have you ever done any kind of professional acting or anything like that? And I know you're a
No,
fan of horror
actually,
as well. Have you thought about doing anything
yeah.
like that?
I did actually. This is
Yeah.
like one of my dreams, is to act as well,
Right.
because I've been told so many times that I am good at it based on the music videos I've been
Yeah. Yeah.
part of. I think that at least I would like to give it a try to see if I really can. You know, I so far I have never been part of any movies. I was only part of music videos.
That needs to
Infected
change.
Rain, Dead Dealer Union,
Yeah.
Seas on the Moon, and other bands that I've been part of. I totally love it. As I said, I was asked recently, even by my friend Heidi from Butcher Babies,
Yeah.
about that, and I told her, "Fuck yeah! If you think that I could be part of something, I'm definitely down to try." Because she did some acting,
Hmm.
and I believe her family is somehow part of a movie industry. I don't know details, but um, yeah,
You
I
need to
thought about
dive in, Lena. You need to dive
it.
into that because you would be incredible. I mean, just with everything that you bring to the table. But getting back to the tattoos, I am curious. Are there any parts of your body that are off limits?
Um,
Is there anywhere that
I
you
mean,
absolutely would not put ink on that you haven't already?
I don't know. I mean, I don't look at it that way. I never thought about it that way. Um, I don't really like very much tattoos on the side of the face,
Yeah,
like
don't tattoo your
lower
face.
here. My face is tattooed. I have little dots on my
Right, right,
face.
right. But you know what I
Yeah.
mean. You know, I
I
mean,
mean, I have nothing against face tattoos. I don't know if I will ever get one. I'm just too in love with the art of makeup, and it
Yeah.
will just, cover it all. So I don't know,
You
but
gotta
again,
leave some
never say never.
space. You gotta leave some space on your face. But I thought it was funny because everybody, you gotta go check out the YouTube channel Bananas. All right,
Yeah.
because I've gone and checked out Bananas, and I love what you have going on out there. And one of the
Thank
things
you.
that just amazed me, Lena, because like my kids are on various channels for YouTube, mostly for gaming and seeing how all the
Yeah.
narration goes through, and just all the different videos that are on YouTube. They're like 5-minute clips or whatever, and they've got like 100 million views. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, why are you spending your time doing that? And then I see a video on Bananas of you getting your upper regions of your body tattooed, and I'm just
Mhm.
like, not that it didn't get a lot of views, but it wasn't in the millions. And I'm just thinking, what in the world are people turned on to? What interests people? Because I would have thought it would have had like 100 million views. Does anything
Well,
like that ever boggle your mind?
uh, yes. However, I'm not obsessed with numbers. I'm trying to do the complete opposite. I'm trying not to focus on numbers at all when it comes to this career, because unfortunately, these are not things that are in my power.
Sure.
So I am just trying to be me and give to people uh, parts of me through those videos, through my music, through my modeling. And if it catches the eye, that's fantastic. If it doesn't, it means that, I'm just not for everybody, I guess, or the algorithm of all the social media nowadays is just not bringing your content to the levels that it used to, or something. I am really trying my best to um, control that urge of looking at the numbers, because yes, of course the numbers speak very loud often, um, in the eyes of people that book you, in the eyes that people that want to work with you. They want to see, okay, let's see how famous this person is, like,
Right.
or let's see how well this person does. And it's not always the factor to look at, I think. But you know what? I do understand that the entire world does look at those numbers, and those numbers do speak very loud to many people in many aspects. But that's not why I'm doing it. It wasn't ever why I started doing it, and it will never be why I'm doing it.
I
Just because.
love your outlook.
Thank you. I mean, life
I
is
love
too
your
short, like years pass by you just like this, and if all you do is worry about numbers, you're not going to get far.
Well, I tell you what, that's Lena. That's exactly why I do what I do. And if I worried about the numbers, I would have been done a long time ago. You do it for the
No,
love. You do it
yeah,
because it's
you
part of who you are. You do it for the passion. Now, all that being said, I talk about some of the numbers that just blow my mind on Bananas because I think that honestly, you're very, very good at everything that I've seen you do so far. But
thank you.
with what you do on Napalm Records, those guys are really, really good. I mean, they definitely have got the pulse of the algorithm, as we talked about, because all of the videos you've done with Infected Rain are incredible. I mean, you guys are doing really, really well. And I
Thank
just
you.
want to congratulate you. I want to congratulate you
Thank
on
you.
all the success you've had with Infected Rain and everything that you're going to be doing with Death Dealer Reunion or Death Dealer Union. I know that that's going to be phenomenal for you, and it's a great fit. And I just look forward to seeing how your career continues to blossom because
Oh,
you've
thank you
got
so
so many
much,
things
because
going on. Yeah, you're a great
so
role
many.
model.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
uh, thank
Parting
you.
thoughts. You are, whether you realize it or not, I look at you as someone, I have a daughter. And if she said that Lena Scissorhands is someone that I aspire to be, I'd be like, you know what? That's cool. Be yourself. But if you want to use her as kind of a role model, as a mentor, as a muse, I would be down with that. And I think that there are
Thank you.
millions of women across the world that probably feel the same way. Do you ever think about that?
I don't think about that. I do, however, receive emails and personal DMs about people telling me that I did, in a way, influence certain decisions in their lives, or I helped in a specific moment of their life through my music. And that is literally the best prize an artist can receive. All these numbers that we just talked prior, all of that is important to a certain extent, but these things are immortal. These things are what keep you going, because you understand that there are people that can relate to what you're going through and what you're writing about and what you are screaming your heart out about. And as well as, as my lifestyle is pretty open for people to see on all social medias and YouTube and Patreon and, everywhere, people can see certain choices I do in life, certain books I read, certain
Sure.
food I eat, or certain, let's say, even ideas I have about certain things, or what I do with my dog, or all those things in a way or another cross people's mind if they come across my content. So that often bring some of those people, to make certain decisions, and they realize for themselves that, why didn't I think about it before? Or, oh my God, this is something I've thought about it all this time. Now I've seen it work. I want to, give it a go. And that is fantastic. I'm not saying that I've started this career with this goal. Never in the world I would have thought that I could inspire somebody or change somebody's life or save somebody's life, like I've been told that the music did for them, so
Yeah.
I never ever thought that that could even be a real thing, even though I receive all that, it's still hard to believe, even nowadays, that an image, a song, a sound, or something you just share can influence somebody else, for
Well, you're an
sure.
artist. You're an artist and you touch lives. I mean, that's the nature of what you do. And I think that's one of the coolest things, not just about you, but, artists at large, you're immortal. You're literally immortalized. Like everything that you do right now, your music, any photos that you do, the videos that you do, all of those things are going to live on in time forever. And they're going to impact and have an influence on generations to come. So I just think that
And
that's
I
so
guess
very
that's
cool.
the thank you. I guess that's definitely something that a musician, especially,
Yeah.
could only hope for. To actually be remembered in a way, or be in people's hearts.
Yeah, right on. Well, I gotta say, I know you got to get going. You've got other rounds to make in the media, but Lena, thank you so much for joining me on Rock Titan. And I
Thank
gotta
you.
say,
Good
Luna has
question.
been a very good girl. I haven't heard a peep the entire time. I don't
As
think I
long
could say
as
the
she can.
same thing if I had my dog. I have a 120-pound German Shepherd. He would not be that cool.
Sometimes if I do more than one or two interviews in a row, she would come by and be like, "Excuse me, who are you talking to?"
I need to go outside,
But
Mom. Come
no,
on, let
she
me
is.
outside. I need to go to the bathroom,
Yeah,
Potty
no,
break.
her bathroom way is always open, when I work, so she can come and go whenever she wants. But she is fantastic. She really is. Me and her, we have a amazing bond, and I think that she feels me very well.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
right on.
thank you.
Well, everybody,
That's a
again, we
compliment
are
from
here.
me.
Yeah, yeah. So, everyone, we are here with Lena Scissorhands, the pride of Armenia and Moldova, and they've got an awesome DVD Blu-ray coming out, The Devil's Dozen via Napalm Records, April 14th. It is awesome. And if you didn't get a chance to check it out back when they originally did their streaming, or if you weren't there live, this is your opportunity. And if you haven't had the opportunity to go check out Ectasis, which came out a year ago, make sure you go Ectis. Yeah, I pronounced that right. Make sure you go get that as well. And we're going to have links in here to everything that Lena's got going on, because I love bananas. I subscribe to that YouTube channel. I think everyone else should too. It's very entertaining. And hopefully we'll see her in a Disney movie, or maybe a horror movie or something like that, because I know you like that too, So Disney and horror. You know, I don't know. I mean, that's a different balance, but that would be cool. Either way, I could see you in both and rocking it
Thank
very,
you.
very well. Lena, thank you for joining me on Rock Titan again. I can't thank you
Thank you
enough.
so much for having me. This was fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and best wishes on the tour. You know, be
Thank you.
safe over there.
Thank you.
All right, I'm Scotty J. You are watching Rock Titan. We're out. Thanks again for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also catch us at www.rocktitan.tv.